Hello, thank you for watching this Loudspeaker of Canada news report. My name is Venom Isaac, and without further ado, let's get to the news. First up, the June 21st reforms. Rapid fire. The Operations Handbook has been renamed back to Rules and Regulations. The Canadian Forces Appeals Service has been removed. Blacklist appeals have been transferred to a ticket system in the README channel in the CAF Discord, and will be checked by Crow_X and SimBuilder. Some Defense Administrative Orders and Directives, better known as DAODs, have been updated, notably the DAOD 5, CAF-wide events section, and DAOD 7, Commissioned Officers Promotions section. You can see the aforementioned DAODs on your screen right now. There's also been the addition of the Serious Misconduct Report form in Important Information, which is only to be used as a last resort where you need to report an officer within your branch/regiment for something that would require the CDS's attention. Next up, the National Defense Headquarters. It's finally back in game, but is it really the same? No, obviously it's not. But is it better? We can't say yet, so let's investigate further. According to General Grandpa Abe, Big Abe, the NDHQ is just an office building, and he's not lying. Most of the building, which is made up of 3 floors, are claimable offices. However, the first floor also includes armories for each unit. Overall, everyone, and especially veteran members of CAF, reacted positively to the return of NDHQ. However, some are raising concerns regarding the impact on the game's performance, and to be fair, they're not exactly wrong. We all know Ottawa is a bit of a laggy mess, so obviously a massive building with multiple floors and working elevators will definitely be increasing the lag a bit here. However, for regular players, the difference wouldn't be noticeable. Not to mention that NDHQ is actually way smaller than the whole CFBO area, including the port, which some CAF members with low-end computers actually found helpful in relation to their game's performance. To sum that all up, is the new NDHQ better than the old one? No. But is it better than CFBO? Apparently yes. Although CAF members have deployed to NDHQ at least twice already as part of an official event, they're not yet allowed to be permanently stationed there. As General Grandpa Abe said, it's up to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Crow_X, to establish regulations regarding where CAF members may be stationed. So it's yet unknown whether CAF will actually permanently guard the property like they used to. But I'm not here to make meaningless assumptions, so I guess time will tell. Next up, resignations. First off, on July 22nd, the Canadian Forces Chief Warrant Officer, kaninis 1135, our favorite Swedish meatball, resigned from his position. This is what he had to say in his leaving speech.
Decisions I have made in my public life, I have always tried to do what was best for the institution. Throughout the long and difficult period of my senior service, I have felt it was my duty to persevere, to make every possible effort to complete the term of office to which I was appointed. In the past few days, however, it has become evident to me that I no longer have a strong enough foundation within the institution to justify continuing that effort. As long as that foundation existed, I felt strongly that it was necessary to see the process through to its conclusion. That to do otherwise would be unfaithful to the spirit of that deliberately difficult responsibility, and a dangerously destabilizing precedent for the future. But with the disappearance of that base, I now believe that the purpose of the appointment has been served, and there is no longer a need for the process to be prolonged. I pledge to you tonight that as long as I have breath of life in my body, I shall continue in that spirit, I shall continue to work for the great causes to which I have been dedicated throughout my years as a non-commissioned member and as a sergeant, as a warrant officer, as a chief warrant officer. The cause of service not just for Canada, but among all nations, prosperity, justice, and opportunity for all of our people. There's one cause, above all, to which I have been devoted, and to which I shall always be devoted to, for as long as I live. When I first took the oath of office as Chief Warrant Officer, I made this sacred commitment to consecrate my office, my energies, and all the wisdom I can summon to the cause of service among nations. I have done my very best in all the days since to be true to that pledge, and that all of our children have a better chance than before of living in peace rather than dying in war. This, more than anything, is what I hoped to achieve when I assumed the appointment. This, more than anything, is what I hope will be my legacy to you, to our country, as I leave the appointment. To have served in this office is to have felt a very personal sense of kinship with each and every member of the Canadian Armed Forces. And in leaving it, I do so with this prayer.
May God's grace be with you in all the days ahead.
And so, kaninis 1135 has resigned as the 2nd Canadian Forces Chief Warrant Officer.
Kaninis was without a doubt an interesting figure. Although disliked by many, he still led an impressive career within CAF. We have nothing more to say about him. Happy retirement, Kaninis. And on July 23rd, the one-wing Chief Warrant Officer, redacted_NAC, resigned from his position. Redacted NAC, although not very active, was a highly influential figure in the Canadian Armed Forces. Obviously, he's credited he made a SIU bot after the one that I made, which was replaced by the current one made by Symbler132. He never hesitated to speak the truth, and the Loudspeaker of Canada commends him for that. Happy retirement, Redacted. Thanks for all your help in One Wing. Let's move on. Next up, CSIS. CSIS is gone. Or is it? Officially, no statements have been issued by CSIS headquarters. However, if you take a look at their ROBLOX group, since June 21st, you should remember this date, you will see that it only has 5 members, those being Deputy Directors XXX Pixelator and Sync_Roblox, Director Enigmake, better known as Ashley, the CRC Systems bot, and the holder account, CRC Roblox. But is it all over? No. If you would look at the video on your screen right now from July 22nd, as RCMP Corps Sergeant Major Pug the King attempts to run the parked Nissan Skyline's license plate through the radio using the 1028 command, the dispatch doesn't return anything. This only happens to CSIS vehicles. You could then see a person named HCang 2020, not 2017, exiting his vehicle. Notice the outfit he's wearing. Since Mr. HCang's inventory is public, we can see that none of the items he's wearing in this screenshot are actually owned by him. They are, however, owned by a person named HCang 2017, who was a CSIS agent. So is the similarity in the names of two people a coincidence? We think not. So how can an obvious alternative account disguise their avatar as someone who CSIS themselves want you to believe was a CSIS agent if the account isn't in the ROBLOX group? We don't know, but it's likely the game has a script that defines the alternative accounts of all CSIS agents so they can go on team while not being in the group. So, in summary, although CSIS wants you to think it's shut down, their agents are still roaming the game on the CSIS team, but instead of using their main Roblox account, they use alts, disguising only their avatars so they can look as actual community members in-game and show up on the built-in leaderboard. Although, I must say, having your alt account named HCing 2020 and pretending to be HCing 2017 is kinda dumb. Moving on, the Ottawa gun system is now Hitscan based. This means that bullets now instantly reach their target no matter the distance. The only two weapons that remain projectile based are the RPG-7 and the GL-06 grenade launcher, which means the projectiles they fire will take time to reach the target. I must say, in my personal opinion, I cannot believe that Ashley is actually regressing Ottawa back to Hitscan. This is going to be like the old days where you could just shoot around corners, and with how much of a laggy mess Ottawa is, I will not be surprised if Ottawa combat becomes absolutely terrible now. Along with the Hitscan based weapons, the fist tools have been added back with refreshed animations, which as a result has spiked the amount of assaults committed per hour to a number so large we couldn't even closely estimate it. This is the good part of the update. I honestly, personally love that the fist tool has finally come back, one of the best tools in the game. If only all of the CRC Ottawa updates were not this terrible. Anyways, thank you for watching this Loudspeaker of Canada news report. I'm Venom Isaac, and you guys all have a great week.